The year was 1757. I used to be more vague about that, but these days Wikipedia shows you exactly how to calculate the year, based on points from the backstory. Thanks, Internet. Anyway, in 1757, I was living a quiet life with my mother on the West English coast. We kept a modest little inn called the Admiral Benbow. But that quiet life changed forever the day the old buccaneer appeared at our door. Welcome to the Admiral Benbow, sir. I'm Jim Hawkins. How long will you be staying?
I'm Billy Bones. And to answer your question, why don't you tell me when I've worked through... 1, 7... That!
That's a brass button.
Well, how much rum will that buy?
Billy Bones was a crusty old cheapskate, but frankly, he also scared the daylights out of us. For the most part, he got free run of our inn. He also had a special assignment for me.
Keep an eye out for a seafaring man with one leg. He has one leg.
I did see a one-legged sailor the other day.
Eh?
Well, he was raving about getting revenge on a white whale.
That's just Capitan Ahab. He'll just come to a bad end, like as not, but he's no concern to me.
Well, could you give me more details on this one-legged sailor? A name, perhaps?
Just do as you're told, boy!
For a while, things continued this way. In the evenings, Billy Bones would drink himself silly with rum, sing old sailing songs, and tell wild tales of the sea.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Ugh. Yo-ho-ho in a bottle of rum!
It wasn't as much fun as you might think. Trust me.
That reminds me of the time we raided an oyster farm. Oysters are so good.
And then, one night, everything changed. It started like any other evening.
Time to close up shop, dear. Can you make sure the door's locked?
Yes, Mother.
Ahoy there.
Hello, sir.
Please, lad, will you spare a moment for a poor old blind man? I'm looking for an old friend of mine.
Looking? How could you be looking for someone if you're blind?
Searching then. I'm searching for an old friend of mine, you sarcastic little whelp. Now, by any chance, is Billy Bones staying here?
Why, yes, sir. Shall I show you to him?
There's a good lad. Lead away.
He's just in the lounge. Walk straight ahead with me. Billy Bones, I've brought a friend for you.
Remember me, Billy?
Blind poop! Pew! It can't be!
Who are you expecting? Black Dog?
Actually, yes.
Well, this seemed more expedient. Now come over here, Billy, and let's talk. Civil-like.
Jim! Jim, I trusted you. How could you betray me this way?
You only told me to watch out for one-legged sailors. You never said anything about blind guys.
He's got you there, Billy. Now, accept this black spot with the crew's compliments. We'll be seeing you soon, Billy.
You won't be seeing anything, you blind old barnacle!
Billy, what's the black spot?
It's like a summons, Jim. You don't understand English? Blind Pew and a whole crew will be coming for me. Soon!
Gosh, how long do you have?
until 10 o'clock.
Really? How can you be so sure?
Because they wrote it on the other side of the page, Jim.
That doesn't make any sense. If they tell you exactly when they're coming, can't you just run away before then?
Well, Jim, they are pirates, not rocket scientists. And I will escape if I act quickly. But first, some rum!
Is this really a good time for that?
Let's get, got it?
Billy, wait! I'll get a ladder. Oh. I always thought the rum might kill him, just not so literally.
Jim, dear, why is there a dead buccaneer in our lounge?
Because a big barrel of rum fell on him.
Oh dear. I'd better cancel his breakfast order then.
Mother, I just realized a whole gang of pirates was coming for Billy at 10 o'clock.
Pirates? Coming here? Jim, we better flee to safety right now.
Absolutely. And we did flee to safety. As for the pirates, they showed up at 10 o'clock and found a treasure map on Billy's body. They used the map to find incredible riches on Treasure Island, and they lived happily ever after. The rest of us returned to our normal lives in the civilized world, none the wiser that some random pirates were suddenly wealthy. The end.
Boo! Boo!
Okay, everybody calm down. I was just kidding. Here's what actually happened. Before we fled for safety, we found the treasure map on Billy's body and took it with us. There, see? We have the treasure map. The story will continue, okay? Anyway, we decided to deliver the treasure map to the local magistrate. As it turns out, we only left just in time.
Look alive, you scurvy dogs. There's work to be done. This is it, lads. Find Billy Bones and that boy and bring him to me, alive if possible. Silence everyone else. And above all, find that map. Now get on with it.
Aren't you gonna help us search, Pew? We could really use those peepers of yours.
Watch your mouth, Morgan. The captain put me in charge of this raid, and he doesn't take kindly to insubordination. Unless, perhaps, you fancy a shot at Captain yourself?
Not today, Pew. Though Captain Morgan does have a nice ring to it.
Well, then go help the others.
You're the boss, Pew.
Pack of fools. This is taking too long. Oh, shiver me soul if I had eyes.
Pew, 'tis bad news. Billy's dead and the map's nowhere to be found.
What? Well then where's the boy?
Gone. This place is emptier than a brigand's wallet the day after payday.
Blast it all! The boy must have taken the map with him.
What's next, Pew? We're sunk without that map.
Don't worry about it. The boys won this round, but we'll get that treasure yet. Now, let's inform the captain that there's been a change in plans.
While the pirates were planning their next move, we took the treasure map to the local magistrate.
Well, good evening, Mrs. Hawkins. And you too, Jim. How may I help you this evening?
Mr. Livesey, I thought you were a doctor.
I'm a magistrate and a doctor. And in my spare time, I fight in the English army while baking rhubarb pies for orphans.
You fight and bake pies at the same time?
Naturally.
Well, anyway, We found this treasure map, and we think pirates are after it. What should we do?
Egad! This is Captain Flint's treasure map!
Who's Captain Flint?
Who's Captain Flint? Why, only the most merciless pirate ever to terrorize the seas. Jim, he's plundered ships of every description from every nation on Earth. It almost makes me proud that he was an Englishman.
Proud? He got rich by robbing and killing innocent people.
Yeah, pride's funny that way. Anyway, our course of action is clear. Let's sail a ship and claim that treasure for England before the pirates get it.
But if this treasure was stolen from so many nations, then shouldn't they get a share of it too?
Balderdash! It's our treasure now. The pirates stole it from everyone else, and now we're stealing it from the pirates.
Well, yeah. I mean, fair's fair, right?
That's the spirit, Jim. Now, I want you to meet me at Bristol in 2 weeks. I'll have a ship and a crew ready to sail, and we'll get that treasure.
Oh, wow. You mean I can come too?
Naturally. As the person who discovered the map, I'm sure you want to see this through.
Mother, can I please go?
Jim, my dear son. Don't you have a book report that's due next week?
Oh, come on. There's always another book report, but this is the chance of a lifetime.
If I may, ma'am, consider the beneficial effect that a month of rigorous Navy discipline will have on our mutual acquaintance here.
Yeah, I agree with whatever he just said.
When you put it that way, perhaps this voyage is exactly what Jim needs.
Thank you, Mother. I'll make you proud. Oh, by the way, I also found a treasure map to some little island called Monte Cristo. Should we send a ship there, too?
Nah, that's probably nothing.
2 weeks later, I met Dr. Livesey in Bristol, and we prepared to sail.
Good morning, Jim. Welcome to our ship, the Hispaniola.
Silver reporting for duty, sir.
Ah, Jim Hawkins, meet the ship's cook, Long John Silver.
Ahoy there, Jim. Pleased to meet ye. Mr. Livesey, sir. The captain asked to speak with ye.
Oh, I see. Very well. Jim, why don't you chat a bit with Mr. Silver here? I'll be back presently.
So, Jim, what brings ye on this little voyage?
He only has one leg. This could be the sailor that Billy Bones warned me about. I'll try to slyly probe him for information. You really look like a pirate.
Aye, and I talk like one too. But that doesn't mean that I am one. Har.
I see. So, you're the ship's cook, eh?
Aye, Jim, but that's not all. I helped choose the crew for this voyage.
Really? I thought Dr. Livesey or someone would have done that.
True enough, but some of the hands looked a little too honest for their own good, so I had them eliminated.
Eliminated?
That's just an old nautical term, Jim boy. It means we sent him away, peaceful-like.
Okay, but why wouldn't we want an honest, trustworthy crew? This could be a dangerous trip.
Don't worry, lad. This voyage will be easier than sending a blind pirate to tip Billy Bones the black spot.
What? How do you even know about that?
I think Dr. Livesey told me about it or something. Forget it, Jim. Sometimes I talk too much. Not that that's a sign of guilt, mind ye.
Ahoy there, Silver.
What the? Blind Pew?
Uh-oh.
Silver, that's the pirate who tipped Billy Bones the black spot.
Pew, ye lying scurvy dog. Ye said you was just a landscape photographer.
Wait, what?
Have at thee, pirate.
Yeah!
Take that. And over you go.
Curse you, Silver!
There, I threw Pew overboard. I don't reckon we'll be seeing him again.
But how in the world did he end up on the crew?
Who can say, Jim? I thought I'd hired Black Dog. The important thing is that this incident puts me above all suspicion. Wouldn't you agree?
You can say that again. Yeah, I've always been a terrible judge of character. I don't know what else to say.
Jim, you're wanted in the captain's cabin.
Coming, sir.
It was nice meeting you, Jim. Welcome to the mutiny, or crew. I'd say that went as smooth as silk.
Jim, this is Captain Smollett.
Hello, Mr. Smollett.
Gentlemen, I must speak frankly with you. I don't like this voyage, and I don't like this crew.
You don't like this voyage? But it's a treasure hunt, sir.
Yes, Jim, and treasure hunts can bring out the worst in people. I wish we were bringing more people we can trust. Maybe a squire or something.
We don't need a squire. We're fine. And anyway, our crew is great.
Can your first officer vouch for them, then?
Mr. Arrow? Well, no. He's already fallen overboard, as drunk as a skunk. But that's not the point.
My point, Doctor, is that we shouldn't leave port until we have a crew we can trust.
Guys?
Yes, Jim?
While you were arguing, the crew cast off. The ship's already sailing toward Treasure Island.
Wow, now that's what I call a proactive crew.
We're all going to die.
Our voyage was peaceful and uneventful at first, until that fateful day I fell into the apple barrel. Ugh, come on, Granny Smith. Almost have it. What? Well, at least I got my apple. Wait, are those footsteps?
All present and accounted for, I should say.
When I heard Silver's voice, my first impulse was to pop out and surprise him.
Now, let's begin my mutiny presentation.
But then I thought it would be a better idea if I stayed really, really quiet and didn't move.
I've kept it down to just 4 slides this time, so no asking stupid questions until it's over. I'm looking at you, Morgan. Is this a stupid question? Oh, shut it. Now then. I think this first slide speaks for itself. I mean, better to be a mutineer than a victim of one. Right, mates?
Well, I'm in.
Yeah, me too.
I've always wanted to loot something.
Right then, let's continue. Now, the second point seems to escape a lot of people. Strike late. Don't portray the good guys until after they've done most of the work for ye. It's like getting free labor because you don't have to pay them after you strike. Smart, right?
God, that's brilliant.
It's lazy and evil. I love it.
Silver, you're like Mozart, only with piracy.
Who's Mozart?
Let's move on. Next slide. Okay, point 3. For pity's sake, don't blow all of your loot on rum. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Save some of those hard-earned doubloons and retire early. I mean, sure, we may be vicious, thrill-seeking criminals, but that doesn't mean we can't invest responsibly, right?
Does burying our loot count as investing?
No, Anderson. That's just hoarding.
Man, this pirate stuff is hard.
Why does the pirate in that picture have a blue eye?
I think he's wearing a monocle.
Are you sure? I thought it was a bruise because he'd been in a fight or something.
It's a monocle, you sea urchin. Now pay attention. Point 4 is also a matter of long-term planning. Don't maroon people. Just kill them. I mean, the last thing you want is some crewmate you marooned years ago to turn up unexpectedly and ruin your life. Look what happened to Billy Bones, right? Remember, dead men tell no tales.
But, didn't you maroon Ben Gunn on Treasure Island years ago?
Shut up!
I was shocked to see what a mutiny actually looked like. I mean, a slide deck? Really? I thought a classy guy like Silver would at least have an introductory video.
And, ignore slide 5. It's just a blank template, but I couldn't get rid of it for some reason.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
So anyway, that's about the size of it. Who's with me?
We are!
Excellent, excellent. Now, any questions?
Aye, how many honest hands are left on board?
Good question, Anderson. At this point, the only ones who aren't part of this mutiny are the captain, the doctor, and Jim.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if they joined too?
Are you crazy? Then we'd all be on the same side. How would we stage a mutiny then, huh?
All right, I hadn't thought of that.
Morgan's right, lads. Besides, I know they're types. None of them would join anyway.
What about the other 2 able seamen? Why aren't they at this meeting?
Oh, they're on our side, all right. They're just busy somewhere.
I'll bet we never see them, and they're just part of a cheap throwaway joke later on.
Johnson, mind the fourth wall.
So, what happens next, Silver?
For now, nothing. We go about our business and help the captain find that treasure.
But this is Captain Flint's treasure! We can't let them have it!
Yeah, I thought...
Weren't you paying attention to my slide deck, you lubbers? Strike? Late. Of course we're gonna strike, but not until the honest ones have done most of our work. And until then, I expect every last man of ye to do your jobs perfectly. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Now, we'd better return to our posts before we're missed. Who's up for a spot of rum on the way back?
Now you're talking.
Aye, my throat's drier than the tax code.
You know, maybe we should have brought a squire with us after all. Well, too late for that. I'd better warn the captain and the doctor. Anyway, that's about the size of it. Silver wants to delay his attack as long as possible. But if he thinks we're onto him, he'll probably spring the whole trap right away. The question is, what can we do about it?
I mean, there's only 3 of us against all of them. I guess we could,
Die?
Well, we can't turn the ship around and head home, or the pirates will revolt here and now.
But if we don't do anything, the pirates will eventually revolt anyway.
So somehow, we need to counter their plan, but without tipping our hand to Silver.
I know. Once we get to Treasure Island, we could send Silver ashore with a bunch of his men. We'll tell Silver they're a scouting party or something.
Ah, divide and conquer Silver's forces, eh?
Yes, exactly. That will leave fewer pirates aboard the ship. Hopefully we can deal with whoever's left.
I like the sound of that.
What do you think, Captain?
I say we give your plan a try. We're in a tight spot no matter what, but this might just give us the edge we need. I'll tell Silver to prepare his scouting party as soon as we sight Treasure Island. Once they're away, will we take our ship from the remaining mutineers or die trying?
Land ho!
Captain, it's showtime.
Silver, I understand that we've sighted land?
Aye, sir. Treasure Island's just ahead. I suggest we drop anchor near the South Beach.
The South Beach, is it?
Aye. It was a good place to lay low the time me and Captain Flint sank that merchant vessel.
What was that?
By which I mean the merchant vessel sank by itself, and I was not involved. I don't even know Captain Flint. I'm not a pirate.
Very well. Mr. Silver, now that we've arrived at Treasure Island, I have a special mission for you. I want you to lead a scouting party to the island.
Aye, Captain. A fine idea indeed. And I know several lads that would be just right for the job. Would it be okay if I left you with just a skeleton crew? Say, Israel hands and 2 able seamen.
Take as many men as you need, Silver. Just get them used to the lay of the land.
Much appreciated, Captain. We won't let you down. By the way, could we bring that treasure map of yours with us? It'd make things easier, I reckon.
Over my dead... there'll be plenty of time to look at the map tomorrow.
No problem, Captain. Tomorrow should be fine. I'll get him for this.
You're a good man, Silver. Carry on. I'll get him for this. Well, gentlemen, we're in luck. Silver's only leaving 3 mutineers on board.
All right. That means even odds for us.
Exactly. If we can catch them off guard, we can hardly fail to overtake the ship.
Wonderful. Those rotten pirates will never know what hit them.
Now, we can't get overconfident. Even so, with 3 of us, we should be able to execute a perfect ambush. The first thing we need...
Wait for me, guys!
Huh?
What the... Jim?
Captain, you're not going to believe this, but... Jim's joined one of the rowboats heading for shore.
What? Why would Jim do that? He's not joining the pirates, is he?
I don't know. Let's see what he does.
Jim, wait!
Did you see that? Jim's running away from the pirates.
This is bad.
What do you mean? Doesn't this prove that Jim didn't join the pirates?
Yes, and now that Jim's run away without any explanation, what's Silver going to think? What if Silver smells a rat?
I guess we'd all die horrible deaths. Well, then what should we do next?
I suppose we could try to retake the ship immediately, before Silver can do anything. No, scratch that. Our ambush would never work, now that Jim's gone.
Yeah, we could never retake the ship from 3 bloodthirsty pirates without the aid of a 13-year-old cabin boy.
Indeed. We need a new plan, and fast.
Well, didn't the treasure map say that there was an old fort on the island? If we can't retake the ship, then let's abandon it and fortify ourselves on the island instead. We can sneak off in the last boat and reach the fort before anyone figures out what's going on.
Well, it's a better plan than swimming back home. Let's do it.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why did I ignore the plan, jump into a boat full of pirates, and then tear off into the jungle? Thus confusing my allies, and potentially alerting the pirates that we were onto them. Well, I'd like to give you an intelligent explanation. Unfortunately, nothing comes to mind. As far as I can tell, I just have this thing where I run away from everything at inappropriate moments. With that in mind, let's just move on. While my friends made their way to the island's fort, I stumbled across an eccentric hermit. I'm Jim Hawkins. Nice to meet you.
I'm Ben Gunn, and I have a beard.
Cool.
I've been marooned on this island for 3 years, Jim boy, with nothing to eat but berries, oysters, and goats. But what I've truly been craving is cheese. Wonderful, fantastic cheese.
Hey, what about the goats? I'll bet you could get cheese from the goats.
Don't be stupid, boy. Goats aren't made of cheese. They're made of meat.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
Anyway, in spite of the complete unavailability of cheese, I've done pretty well for myself. I have a little cave home and a boat, which I've hidden under a big white rock. And Jim, I'm rich.
Come on, how could you be rich? There's nothing of value on this entire island, aside from the treasure that we're looking for.
Right. Anyway, could you give me a ride back to civilization?
Well, it's a little complicated. You see, Long John Silver started a mutiny on our ship.
Silver? That's the same jerk who marooned me here in the first place.
Really? Wow, were you Silver's prisoner?
No. Actually, I was on his crew. Why?
Well, that makes you a pirate. I mean, how many ships have you looted? How many lives have you taken? Why should I trust you any more than Silver?
You're overthinking this, boy. I'm a good guy now, so just deal with it.
All right, fine. Now, what should we do about all this?
For now, rejoin your friends. I saw them heading for the old fort. If you continue along this path, you can't miss it. I'll catch up with you later. Old Ben has a plan.
Why not come with us now?
I can't. I left a goat on the oven, and I need to get back before it burns. But don't worry. If those pirates are after the treasure, we'll thwart them yet.
Doctor, Captain, it's me, Jim.
Jim, you're safe.
Give us a moment and we'll unbolt the door for you.
Man, is it good to see you guys again.
Indeed. One might wonder why you ran away in the first place.
Now, there's no time for that. Jim, I'm sure you can understand that we're in a pretty tight spot. This fort's probably strong enough to withstand a pirate attack, but our supplies will only last so long.
We need to resolve this situation quickly, so I need all hands on deck. Dr. Livesey has agreed to prepare our supper for this evening, and I'm going to be busy priming our weapons. That leaves you on latrine duty.
Latrine duty? This is because I ran away and messed up your plans, isn't it?
Yep.
The night passed without incident. Except for the burrito episode, but I'm not supposed to talk about that. It was Dr. Livesey's fault, though.
Hey!
The very next morning, we were surprised to see Long John Silver at our fort's doorstep.
Ahoy there! I've come to talk terms.
Only kidding. Obviously, we didn't just blow away Silver like that. I always thought it would be funny if the scene ended this way, though. Anyway, here's what actually happened.
Ahoy there! I've come to talk terms.
Very well, Silver. State your business.
All we want is the treasure. If you don't stand in our way, then there's no need for us to harm me, is there? Give us your treasure now, and we'll dig up the treasure, load it on the ship, and leave peacefully. And that's not all. First ship we come across, I swear I'll point them in your direction, so that they can rescue you off this island. Now you can't ask for better than that. What do you say, Captain?
Oh, sorry. I am so sorry, but I just couldn't resist. There's just something about the way he pinwheels down the hill after we blast him. Oh, I love it. Okay, I think I got that out of my system now. Sorry again for the interruption. Now, where were we?
Now you can't ask for better than that. What do you say, Captain?
I say that if you surrender right now, I'll ensure that each of you gets a fair trial back home. You can't win, Silver. You'll never find the treasure without our map, and you'll never have the map as long as we're protected by this fort.
Is that your answer then?
Every word of it, Silver. You're either my ship's cook, and then you were treated handsome, or Captain Silver, a common mutineer and pirate, and then you can go hang.
Is that so? Well, in under an hour, we'll be back to breach your fort. You should have given us the map when you had the chance, Captain. Then that die will be the lucky ones.
Captain, why didn't you tell Silver that he was standing where I dumped the latrines?
I'm sure he'll figure that out for himself, Jim.
This is a tough old fort. I'm sure we can hold our own against Silver's crew.
Wonderful. Those rotten pirates will never know what hit them.
Now, we can't get overconfident. Even so, with 3 of us, we should be able to execute a perfect defense. The first thing we need...
Jim's gone again.
What? You've got to be kidding me! Why does he keep doing that?
I don't quite understand it myself. Believe me, his mother's getting a full report when we get back home.
Yes, let's tell Jim's mother what he did. Excellent plan. That will certainly help us right now, stranded on a desert island full of bloodthirsty pirates.
Alright, you've made your point. What shall we do now?
How did you get in here?
Jim left the door open.
Impulsive little twerp. Anyway, who are you?
I'm Ben Gunn, and I have a beard.
Cool.
I understand you have a bone to pick with Silver.
You could say that. We have less than an hour before he attacks this fort.
Well, I know a way to save you some trouble, and maybe even foil Silver's plans, in exchange for some cheese.
We're listening.
So, yeah. Once again, I spontaneously ran away at an inappropriate moment. I really hope I'll grow out of that someday. Or at least before I start dating. Anyway, please don't hate me. Once the impulse to run away had finally subsided, I found myself back in the forest. The question was, what should I do now? I decided to steal Ben Gunn's boat, sail back to the Hispaniola, and then retake it from the 3 fully armed pirates that Silver had left on board. Clearly, the possibility of failure never occurred to me. Back aboard already. This might be easier than I thought.
Avast!
Ah! Israel hands!
You've taken one step too far, Jim lad. Now I'll kill you faster than you can say knife.
You're obviously mistaken, because I could have said knife several times by now, and yet you still haven't killed me.
Shut it. You think you're pretty clever, don't you, kiddo? Well, now I'm gonna make you scream louder than a used car salesman's jacket.
Time to go.
Come back here.
I scrambled up the rigging to escape Israel hands, but he was right behind me. And now I was trapped.
It's over, Jim lad. You've got nowhere to go, and I reckon you don't have wings.
No. But I do have this.
What the? Where in the name of old Murphy's Law did that gun come from?
I picked it up on my way out of the fort. I may be impulsive, but I'm not stupid.
Aye. But wait a minute. If you had that gun this whole time, why didn't you pull it out earlier?
Okay, maybe I'm slightly stupid. But the point is, I have you over a barrel now. So please put down that oversized knife and let's be reasonable about this.
Jim lad, do I look reasonable?
Ow! Ugh. Oh man, that grazed my knuckles. That does it, Hands. If you won't listen to reason... Hands? Oh. With Israel Hands out of the way, that only left the 2 able seamen guarding the Hispaniola. So just imagine my surprise when I discovered that they'd killed each other the previous night. I'll never know for sure what caused them to turn on each other, but near the bodies I found a bunch of empty rum bottles and a half-finished game of tiddlywinks. Wow, and these guys managed to take over our ship? In any event, the Hispaniola was ours again. I skillfully maneuvered the ship around... Wait... That can't be right. Didn't Israel Hands help me with this part? Oh, blast it all. You know what? I told this out of order. Israel Hands shouldn't have died yet, because he helped me steer the Hispaniola around the island. He tried to kill me afterward, and that's when we had to chase up the rigging. Sorry about that. Well, there's no point in crying over spilled milk. If anyone asks, I trained some monkeys to help me steer the ship, or something. Moving on. I skillfully maneuvered the ship around the island, so that it would be close to our fort. I could hardly wait to tell everyone what I'd done. Hi everyone! I just retook the Hispaniola and accidentally shot Israel Hands.
Well, well, well. We meet again, Jim Hawkins.
Silver? What are you doing here?
Actually, Jim, it's a strange story. While we were still planning our attack, your captain came over to our camp with the flag of truce. He said that we were welcome to use this fort since he and the doctor weren't staying here anymore. Then he just left. Honestly, none of us knew what to make of it. Still, we weren't gonna pass up a free fort, so here we are.
A likely story, you double-crossing pirate. I think you killed them both.
Do you see any signs of a struggle, Jim? I'm telling you the truth. They gave us the fort, and then they left peacefully.
But why would they do that? Where did they go?
I'm sorry, Jim, but I can't speak for your friends. As for ye, though, I'd highly recommend that you join us. It's in your best interest, Jim.
About that, Silver.
Aye?
Now look, we've already heard this pipsqueak admit that he retook the Hispaniola and shot Hands. And you just know he's gonna stay loyal to the captain and doctor no matter what. So, can't we just kill him now?
Yeah, it won't accomplish anything, but it might make us feel better.
Don't be foolish. We're not harming Jim today.
Come on, guys. What did I ever do to you? Well, granted, I beat you to your own treasure map when I took it from Billy Bones. And, of course, I threw a wrench in your whole mutiny when I overheard your plans from the apple barrel.
Jim!
And when you consider the recent events aboard the Hispaniola, you probably have every right.
Jim! Seriously, shut up! Now, stand behind me. This could get ugly. Oh, and I've already barred the front door, so don't bother trying to sneak out.
This is awkward.
On second thought, maybe Jim's not the real problem here.
You might be onto something, Morgan.
Silver, if you'll excuse us for a moment, the crew and I need to talk.
That doesn't sound good.
It's not good at all, Jim. That swine Morgan's always been an ambitious lot. He probably means to throw me out of this mutiny.
Overthrown by your own mutiny. Man alive, that's irony.
I wouldn't be too gleeful about it, Jim. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm the only one who stuck up for you just now. Mark my words, if Morgan gains control, your life ain't worth a biscuit. Now, the crew will be back shortly. Don't ye forget that Long John Silver stood by ye, to his own disadvantage.
I'll return the favor if I can, Silver, but don't think for a moment that I trust you.
Your word's good enough for me, Jim. We might get through this yet.
I don't understand, Silver. You're obviously a smart guy. Why did you choose piracy?
It's a fair question, Jim. I suppose I could always go back to practicing law.
You're kidding. Silver, you used to be a lawyer?
No, I was only fooling. It was just a bad joke, Jim.
Oh.
Actually, I was in marketing.
All right, Silver. It comes down to this. You've made a hash of this voyage, you insist on protecting that boy, and we still don't have the treasure.
Yeah!
You tell him, Morgan.
Now I think it's time for some new leadership around here. Mine.
Is that so, Morgan? Well, before you get too comfortable in your new captain's chair, let's take a closer look at them accusations. First point, I made a hash of this voyage, did I? Well, let me ask you this. Who bungled the mission to get the treasure map from Billy Bones? Wasn't it Blind Pew? Who let the captain and the doctor escape the Hispaniola and reach the fort? Wasn't Israel Hands supposed to be catching any funny business on the ship?
Now look here, Silver.
And speaking of the Hispaniola, why are we only hearing now that Jim took it back? Who's the lubber we put on lookout duty?
That was you, Morgan.
If you'd just done your jobs properly in the first place, we wouldn't be here at all. Instead, I have to waste my time cleaning up your messes. So there's your answer to point 1. Second point, you're upset that I won't let you kill Jim. Well, shiver me timbers, yes, sea urchins. He's our hostage. Why should we waste a perfectly good hostage? And Jim makes a good point. Why'd the captain give us this fort in the first place? I don't know, but mark my words, there's something strange about this whole business. Until we know what's going on, we'd be fools to waste a valuable hostage like Jim.
You know, Silver's making sense.
That's for point 2. Last point. We don't have the treasure yet, eh? I think it's pretty clear by now that we'd have the treasure already if it weren't for your bungling.
I don't have to listen to this.
Quiet, Morgan. Captain Silver's talking.
But far be it from me to make this a blame game. Here's my point. Every step of the way, I've been the one to fix things when they went sideways. It's my quick thinking that's gotten us this far, and by thunder, it's my quick thinking that'll get us out of this mess.
Words, 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 Silver. The others might fall for your song and dance, but I know you're just hot air.
Is that so, Morgan? Well, if Long John Silver's nothing but hot air, then perhaps you can explain why I have the treasure map.
What? Why did the captain give you that?
So, lubbers, it comes down to this. You can side with Morgan and continue bumbling till your luck runs out, or you can stay with Silver and become stupendously rich. Because tomorrow, I'm planning a treasure hunt.
Silver for Captain. Silver forever.
We never should have doubted you.
We're with you all the way, sir.
I was wrong, Silver. You're the only leader for us. I'll get him for this.
Well spoken, matey. Tomorrow, we'll dig up that treasure together. I'll get him for this.
Well, thank goodness that was resolved peacefully.
Get some sleep, lads. You got a big day ahead of ye.
The next morning, our treasure hunt began. The map's course led us deeper and deeper into the mysterious woods.
Aha! Come here, lads, and have a good look. Which one of these sea dogs can tell me how this skeleton got here?
Oh, I know. Did a savage beast get him?
No, Mary, it was no beast. Look at how his bones are positioned.
Was he jumping for joy, but then he fell down and died?
No! That's a stupid guess. Anyone else?
What if that skeleton is actually one of us, but from the future? And the only way to break the endless time loop is to throw ourselves into the sea.
Johnson, shut it! Don't any of you lubbers remember what happened the last time we visited this island?
Of course we do, Silver. Captain Flint went ashore with 6 men to bury the treasure, leaving the rest of us on board the ship. But only Captain Flint returned from the island. We assumed that Flint killed the other men, of course, but no one was brave enough to ask him what happened. I assume you're saying that this is one of the men who helped Flint bury the treasure.
Aye, exactly, Morgan. Don't you see, lads? Flint left the skeleton as a pointer to his treasure. It proves we're on the right track.
Well, hey, that's good news after all.
Aye. It's a pretty dark deed, though, to use a dead body that way.
Well, you know how Flint was. He had a twisted sense of humor. This is just like him.
They say Flint died pretty bad. He was delirious with fever when he went.
I remember. His last words were a curse and a call for rum.
I wonder what Flint had to say about us stealing his treasure.
Avast! Stow all that talk about Flint. There's nothing to fear from Flint anymore. You said it yourselves. Flint is dead.
Dead men tell no tales.
Huh?
What the?
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
It's Flint's ghost.
Yeah, that's the only rational explanation.
We're all gonna die!
Fetch out the rum, Darby. Silver, those were Flint's last words.
Wait one barnacled minute. Ain't that Ben Gunn's voice?
Ben? Who's Ben? I'm Flint. Ooh.
Nice try, Ben, wherever ye are. But you have to get up pretty early in the morning to fool Silver.
Aw, goat feathers.
Crazy old Ben.
Aye, nobody minds Ben Gunn.
How do you like being marooned, Ben?
Eaten any good cheese lately?
But I needed that. Now follow me, men. The treasure should be just over this hill.
Hey, Anderson, what are you going to do with your share of the treasure?
I'm gonna stock up on ammunition and drink myself silly on rum.
Huh? That sounds like my idea. I'm gonna buy a sword made of pure gold and drink myself silly on rum. And you, Mary?
I'm gonna buy myself the most beautiful collection of oil paintings you've ever seen.
And then?
Get 'em forged and then sell the forgeries for full price, so I can drink myself silly on rum.
Now you're talking.
Are you quite finished? Get a move on, you bunch of swabs.
You heard him. Let's dig up that treasure.
Oh, shellfish and barnacles! The treasure's gone!
Now what?
Where's the treasure? Silver, this is the last straw. Oh, just wait till the lads hear about this. You're through, and the boy, too.
Silver! I can't believe you just shot him.
Aye, that was easy. The hard part's coming up.
Silver, what just happened?
Well, lads, it's like this. Morgan was trying to claim all of the treasure for himself, so I shot him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why didn't you just say so?
More treasure for us.
You guys are despicable.
We're pirates.
So, Where's this treasure anyway?
Aye, right ye are, Mary. The treasure. Now, we all know how crafty Captain Flint could be, and I think this takes the cake. Clearly, Flint made this place look like his treasure was already looted, just in case someone found his map. But we're not fooled, are we? His treasure must be somewhere close by. Start searching this place for clues, lads. That treasure's so close I can almost taste it.
That tree looks suspicious.
Maybe there's something in the hole.
I'll scan the horizon for clues.
That was quick thinking, Silver, but it only buys you about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Freeze, mutineers! It's over.
I'm Ben Gunn, and I have a beard and a gun.
Blast!
Ambushed.
A treasure!
That's quite enough, gentlemen.
Am I ever glad to see you?
Then why in blazes did you run away again? You're the most irresponsible cabin boy I've ever met.
While I was away, I recaptured the Hispaniola for you.
I'll overlook it this time.
It looks like you finally got the drop on us, Captain. You foiled our mutiny good and proper. But there's one thing that still puts a smile on me face. At least you didn't get the treasure either.
Oh, didn't you know? Ben Gunn dug up this treasure months ago and hid it in his cave.
Indeed. Why do you think we were so willing to part with our treasure map?
We're all rich.
Jim, tell me when this scene ends. I've got some cussing to do.
It took days, but eventually, Flint's vast treasure was organized and loaded aboard the Hispaniola. We also took Silver on board with us, to face trial in England. At Ben Gunn's suggestion, however, we marooned the other 3 pirates on the island. Ben thought it was hilarious.
Hey, get back here!
You can't just leave us here.
Ben, you jerk!
I'm not sure if that's actually legal treatment of prisoners, but, you know, whatever. During the voyage home, Silver managed to escape his cell. Before anyone could notice, he stole a bag of our gold and then rowed away in a lifeboat.
See you later, lovers. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Ha ha ha.
Frankly, though, we were glad to be so cheaply rid of him.
Hey!
Once we got home, we each received a handsome share of the treasure. Wow, Ben. Are you sure you have enough cheese?
Not really. I might pick up another few wheels tomorrow.
Well, I can see where your share is going to be spent. You can buy new clothes and shave your beard now, you know.
Make me.
As for me, I'm going to use my share to become a squire. We really could have used one back on Treasure Island, and I'm always looking to try something new.
Speaking of next time, Doctor, how would you like to serve on my next voyage?
I just might. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this adventure business.
Hey, I love adventures. Maybe I'll come on your next voyage too.
Then again, maybe I'll just retire on land. Permanently.
Aw, come on! Is this still about the running away thing? I promise I'll stay put this time.
Not so fast, Jim. You're not going anywhere. Don't you remember? You still haven't written your book report. The teacher says you can still get a passing grade, but only if you finish it by tomorrow.
Bah! Next time I'm joining the mutiny. Anyway, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my little tale about the adventures we had.
Wait! Hold everything! Don't you want to know what happened to me? I turned Treasure Island into a theme park, based on our adventures. Between the money I stole from the Hispaniola and my marketing background, funding the project was a cinch. This park has everything. Souvenir action figures, goat burgers, and the infamous Flume of Fear. In just 5 years, I made more money from Treasure Island World than Captain Flint ever did through traditional piracy.
Long John Silver. What a pirate. He stole our ship, he stole our crew, he basically stole the entire island.
And now I've stolen the ending.